Listen to this quote because it absolutely nails it. Small habits look powerless when you judge them by one day. Judge them by 1 year, and they become the difference between an average life and an extraordinary one. This right here is the core thesis of our explainer today. It's the idea that consistency beats intensity every single time. It's not about what you can do perfectly for one random Tuesday. It's about what you can do consistently for 365 days straight. So to break this all down, we've synthesized 20 distinct, powerful habits from our source material into 4 foundational pillars. We're going to cover igniting morning momentum, sharpening your mind, building unbreakable discipline, and finally, the ultimate identity shift. Let's jump right into the first one.
Pillar number 1, igniting morning momentum.
Look, the way you handle the very first few minutes of waking up absolutely dictates the trajectory of your entire day. Win that first minute, and you're setting yourself up to win the next hour. So, first up, make your bed immediately. Don't leave it messy. It literally takes less than a minute, but it teaches your brain to start the day with action rather than delay. Second, drink a full glass of water. Do this before your coffee, definitely before checking your phone. It's a simple ritual that puts your physical health ahead of your daily excuses. And third, drop and do 10 push-ups. Not 100, just 10. You're not trying to build a perfect body right this second. Doing 10 push-ups just proves to yourself that consistency beats intensity. Remember, your body remembers every single promise you keep.
Moving right along to pillar number 2, sharpening your mind.
Just like your physical body, your mind needs both micro inputs and micro outputs to quietly compound knowledge over time without you feeling totally overwhelmed. First, read 1 page. Don't set a goal of 50 pages. Just read 1. Most days, you'll probably keep going, but even if you don't, reading 1 single page beats mindless scrolling any day of the week. Next, learn 1 new word a day. It sounds almost too simple, but small improvements in language actually build stronger confidence and much clearer thinking over time. Then, write just 1 sentence in a journal. You don't need to write pages of deep thoughts. Just 1 honest sentence reveals invisible patterns and a level of self-awareness that you just wouldn't observe otherwise. And you can't improve what you never observe, right? Finally, spend just 5 minutes learning a new skill. Now, I want you to look at the sheer math on this, because the shock value is incredible. 30 hours. Investing just 5 focused minutes a day into learning a skill, whether that's coding, drawing, or, writing, that adds up to more than 30 solid hours of practice in a single year. That is a massive return on a tiny daily investment. Your future rewards what you repeatedly practice. All right, let's get into pillar number 3. Building unbreakable discipline. This is all about how we actively control our physical environment and our immediate impulses throughout the day. For example, saving a small amount every week, whether it's $5 or $50, builds financial control. Because real wealth actually begins with control, not just income. Taking a 5-minute walk outside without music, that gives your brain room to breathe, which directly leads to mental clarity. How about cleaning 1 small area, like organizing just a single shelf? That creates inner calmness. As our source material really emphasizes, order outside creates calm inside. And simply standing up every hour helps maintain your energy. And trust me, energy is way easier to maintain than it is to recover. So the crucial point here is the contrast between our immediate reactions and the disciplined pause. When you feel a craving for junk food or that immediate urge to fall into endless scrolling or an emotional outburst, wait just 10 minutes. Delaying a craving literally kills its power. Most of those urges will just fade away if you stop feeding them instantly. And when you're annoyed, wait 5 seconds before you speak. Your true character is actually revealed in those critical 5 seconds between an emotion and your resulting action. True freedom really begins when your impulses stop controlling you. Building on that sense of discipline, we have to talk about setting boundaries. First thing, put your phone away during meals. Just eat without scrolling. This trains your mind to actually stay present, because attention naturally grows where distraction disappears. Second, say no 1 more time. Protect your time by declining just 1 unnecessary request or invitation. Every single time you say no to what doesn't matter, you are saying yes to what does. Your future progress depends just as much on what you refuse as what you accept.
Which brings us to our 4th and final pillar, the ultimate identity shift.
This is where we really see how these tiny, seemingly unrelated actions ultimately reshape your fundamental identity. And it all starts with how you close out your day. Step 1, write tomorrow's top priority. Just writing down the 1 task that matters most removes all that morning confusion and makes action so much easier than procrastination. Step 2, simply go to bed 10 minutes earlier. You don't need to try and chase perfect sleep overnight, but shifting your bedtime by just 10 minutes builds tomorrow's focus and discipline almost effortlessly. Tomorrow is built by exactly how you end today. But beyond just your schedule, this identity shift touches how you interact with the world, and honestly, how you interact with yourself. Give one genuine compliment a day. Just notice something good in someone and say it sincerely. This small relational habit trains your brain to look for value instead of constantly looking for flaws. And equally important, smile at your reflection. I know it sounds a bit cheesy, but look in the mirror for a second. Stand tall and smile. Not because you've perfectly become who you want to be, but because you are actively becoming that person. Confidence is built through the repeated evidence of the person you're becoming. The relationship you have with yourself totally shapes every other relationship in your life. And that brings us to the philosophical core of this entire explainer. Keep one promise to yourself every single day. Make it in the morning, no matter how small it is, and keep it before the day ends. Because one promise kept becomes one victory, and hundreds of these tiny daily victories that compound into a completely unrecognizable new identity. Your future self is created by the promises your present self refuses to break. So that leaves us with one incredibly powerful question from our source material. Which one habit will you master today? Seriously, don't try to adopt all 20 at once. That's a recipe for burnout. Choose just one today, master it, and only then earn the right to move on to the next. Remember, 1 year from now, people will look at you and think you changed overnight. But you'll know the truth. You'll know it happened one tiny habit at a time. So what's it going to be? Which one tiny action will you take right now to start building your extraordinary life?